Okay, question 13. A student approximates the integral from a to b of sine squared x dx using the trapezium rule with 4 strips. The resulting approximation is an overestimate. Which of the following is or are necessarily true? If the student approximates negative b to negative a of sine squared x dx in the same way, the result will be an overestimate. Okay, let's have a think of this statement 1 first. Is that true? Have a think. Now the thing is, sine squared x this is even, right? This is an even function, right? So if it's an even function, then you know it is symmetrical on the y-axis. So these two integrals have the same value, right? Because the area from a to b is the same as the area from negative a to negative b, right? Because as I said, symmetrical on the y-axis, right? Okay, so these two integrals are essentially the same, right? Okay, so if you overestimated the first one, and you do the same thing now, well then you will still get an overestimate, right? So, option 1, very correct. Okay, how about option 2? If the student approximates from a to b cos squared x dx in the same way, the result will be an underestimate. Okay, interesting. So how do I somehow relate this cos squared x into sine squared x? What's the famous identity that we use? Well, we have 1 minus sine squared x dx, right? Okay, so let's separate this. So the first part is just b minus a, yeah? b minus a minus the integral from a to b sine squared x dx, right? Okay, so I overestimated this guy, right? This was an overestimate. But now, you see, there's a negative sign in front, right? If you overestimate something and you negate that, what happens? Well, you will have an underestimate for the whole thing, right? You'll underestimate this, right? So, what does it say? The result will be an underestimate. That is indeed true, right? So, option 2 is also solid. So, we have option D as our answer.